Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name CareersCloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI, and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, CareersCloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will be discussing important current affairs for 5th and 6th of May. Session will be quite interesting, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. The first news is, which company launched unmanned combat aerial vehicle Flying Wedge Defense 200B, that is India's first indigenous military grade bomber drone. So it is a military grade bomber drone, right? A drone are also known as UAVs, that are your unmanned aerial vehicles, right? And we know that government of India, they have banned the import of drones last year, so we cannot import the drones. So why was this? Because we need to make sure that the drones that we will be using in future are made in India. They should be developed in India, correct? So which company has recently developed this Flying Wedge Defense 200B? This is a bomber drone. So right option here becomes option 1, that is Flying Wedge Defense and Aerospace Technology Private Limited, right? This is a Bengaluru, Karnataka based company, and they have developed the first military grade bomber drone. This is under Make in India initiative, and this will enhance the defense capabilities of India. This FWD 200B, this is a male UAV, that is your male, that is medium altitude long endurance UCAV. And yes, one more thing, UAVs are your unmanned aerial vehicle, but what are UCAV? UCAV are your unmanned combat aerial vehicles, right? That combat aerial vehicles are the drones that will be used in your defense. They will be used in your forces, right? And normal UAVs are your normal unmanned aerial vehicle, normal drones that can be used for delivery, that can be used for taking image, video recording and etc, right? This is the difference between a UAV and UCAV. Here you can see this is a medium altitude long endurance mail UCAV, entirely designed and manufactured in India. It can fly up to 12 to 20 hours. It has a maximum speed of 370 kilometers per hour and it has a range of 200 kilometers. It can have a payload capacity of 100 kgs. Correct? Further friends, if we talk about Maroon Drone Tech Private Limited. Remember Maroon Drones, they collaborated with NMDC, that is National Mineral Development Corporation, and this collaboration was basically to explore the minerals that can be used in our drones manufacturing. Then IG Drones, they recently partnered with IIM Sambalpur, right? An MOU was signed here between IG Drones and IIM Sambalpur, and this MOU was basically to launch the first ever Center of Excellence, and where this will be at Delhi campus in IIM Sambalpur, right? Or we can at the Delhi campus of IIM Sambalpur. Then Adani Defense and Aerospace, if we talk about them, remember recently Indian Navy, they have received Drishti Starliner 10. Drishti Starliner 10. This is also known as Elbit Holmes 900. Correct? They have received this, and this is the first male UAV, right? So this is a UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle. This won't be used in attacking mode or for defense purposes. It will be just for transferring from carrying goods from one location to another. This UCAV, that was your FWD 200, it is a bomber drone that will be going and attacking, develop or throwing bombs at a certain locations. Correct? So this is the difference. And this Drishti Starliner 10 was manufactured by Adani Defense and Aerospace facility that is in Hyderabad, Telangana. Take a note of this. Next, India Post partnered with which organization for last e-commerce delivery service? So which is that organization? It is F-Ship Logistics, right? This is a tech-driven logistic platform and they have partnered with India Post. Correct? And this is to enhance the last mile delivery services for the e-commerce platform. This will be benefiting direct to customer startups. This will be benefiting MSMEs, right? And across India, they will be helping in the delivery services. Correct? Take a note of this. And this partnership will enhance the logistics sector, right? It will enhance the logistics sector. Correct? It will develop the logistic infrastructure that is needed for the last mile connectivity. Then you need to remember that Indian logistic market, it is set to grow by 8.8% annually, reaching 484.43 billion by 2029, right? And the e-commerce, this is the Indian logistic market, right? Indian logistic market. And if we talk about the e-commerce market, it is expected to grow till 8.81 trillion by 2029, correct, with a CAGR of almost 15.8%. Correct? This is your F-Ship Logistic that partnered with India Post. Further, if we talk about Pi platform, right? Here remember Paytm e-commerce, they have changed their name to Pi platform, right? Next Redbus. Redbus, this is an online bus ticket booking platform and they have joined ONDC. ONDC is your open network for digital commerce, correct? And it offers multimodal transport booking services on their platform in various cities. If we talk about Uber India, right? This is Mumbai, Maharashtra based company and they have signed an MOU with ONDC again, that is open network for digital commerce, and this is to explore various opportunities on this and also to expand the range of various offerings, services on the Uber mobile application. Correct? So F-Ship Logistic, they partnered with India Post and it is basically to enhance the logistics sector, correct, and help the MSMEs, D2C customers to enhance that and make sure that the logistic gap that we are facing is covered. Then Pi platform, this is the new name of the Paytm e-commerce platform. Then Redbus, they partnered with ONGC to enhance the services and to cater more market. And Uber India, they also signed an MOU with ONDC so that more and more services can be provided and better marketing can be done on this ONDC platform using the Uber mobile application. Next is which institution transferred their indigenous technologies of thermal camera to CP Plus, a division of Aditya Infotech Limited. Which is that institution? That is CDAC. CDAC is your Center for Development of Advanced Computing. Correct? Remember, this is based out of in Trivandrum, Kerala. And CDAC, they have transferred their indigenous technologies of thermal camera to CP Plus, a division of Aditya Infotech Private Limited. Correct? This thermal smart camera, there has an inbuilt data processing unit that will be running on various artificial intelligence. Correct? This targets so that the smart cities, industries, defense and health sectors can be targeted using this new technology. Here you can see CDAC, they have developed a thermal camera transfer to CP Plus. Correct? That is CDAC, that is your Center for Development of Advanced Computing, that is based in Trivandrum, Kerala, under the program of Ministry of Electronics and Information and Technology, and it was transferred to CP Plus, that is a division of Aditya Infotech Private Limited. Right? Also remember, MEITY, they have launched a ITS booklet. What is this ITS booklet? That is your Intelligent Transportation System booklet during this event. Correct? Coming back, so it is your CDAC. They have recently transferred this indigenous technology of thermal camera to CP Plus, a division of Aditya Infotech Private Limited. If we talk about DRDO, right, during the MSME Defense Expo of 2024, DRDO, they handed over 23 licensing agreements for the transfer of technology to 22 industries in various segments such as your electronics, laser technology, combat vehicles, naval systems, aeronautics, and so on. If we talk about ISRO, they have successfully launched GSLV F-14, right? This is the satellite, or this is the rocket that carried the satellite, and the name of the satellite is INSAT 3DS. So I repeat, ISRO, using their rocket launcher, rocket that is GSLV F-14, they have carried the satellite into space, that is INSAT 3DS. This was launched from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. And if we talk about CDOT, remember CDOT and Qualcomm Technologies, right? They have recently signed an MOU so that they can encourage innovation in India and support the startups. Moving on. Next, IFFCO, that is Indian Farmers Fertilizers Cooperative Limited, they have received which organization's approval to launch their IFFCO Nano Zinc Liquid and IFFCO Nano Copper Liquid Fertilizer. So, IFFCO, they have received the FCO. Correct? They received which organization approvals? They received the approval from Fertilizer Control Order, that is FCO. Right? Take a note of this. And this approval was basically to launch the IFFCO Nano Liquid for zinc and IFFCO Nano Copper Liquid Fertilizer. Correct? This will reduce the deficiencies of copper and zinc. Correct, in the agriculture crops, and this will enhance the productivity, it will enhance the quality as well as the quantity of the agriculture produce. And this here remember, this IFFCO Nano Zinc Liquid and IFFCO Nano Copper Liquid, they have been notified by the Government of India for 3 years. If we talk about zinc and copper, they are one of the most micronutrients, the crucial micronutrients that are required for the functioning of plant. Here zinc, it helps in the growth of the plant, and remember copper, it helps in the chlorophyll and seed production. I repeat, for growth and development zinc is required, and for chlorophyll and seed production it is copper. Correct? Take a note of this. Right, now with the launch of these two, IFFCO Nano Zinc Liquid and IFFCO Nano Copper Liquid, remember IFFCO is having a total of 5 fertilizers. We have seen these two. Which are the other 3? It is IFFCO Nano Urea, then it is your Nano DAP, that is diammonium phosphate, and Nano Urea Plus. Right, so these 3 and these are the 2, a total of 5 fertilizers are available by IFFCO, a total of 5 liquid fertilizers. Right, take a note of this. Then if we talk about National Fertilizers Limited, that is NFL, correct? So remember, it was granted the Navratna status by Department of Public Enterprise under the Ministry of Finance. They have granted the Navratna status to National Fertilizers Limited. Right? It was on 18th of April. Then FSSAI, remember FSSAI has mandated the requirement of an integrated veterinary health certificate for the import of milk and milk products in India. Then Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, if we talk about this, here remember they have introduced a digital platform, that is CDP Suraksha. CDP Suraksha. This CDP Suraksha stands for Cluster Development Program, and Suraksha stands for System for Unified Resource Allocation, Knowledge and Secure Horticulture Assistance, right? And this is basically to distribute the subsidies to the farmers. Correct. So it was Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare that has launched this CDP Suraksha. Direct question can be asked that CDP Suraksha was launched by which ministry? It was launched by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. And under this, who will be benefited with the subsidy? So horticulture farmers will be benefited under this subsidy under this scheme. And this CDP Suraksha's full form can also be asked. Moving on, here you can see IFCO received the FCO approval for nano zinc liquid and nano copper liquid fertilizers. Apart from this, friends, we have an official Telegram channel which you can subscribe just by going through this link. If you don't have Telegram channel, I'll suggest you all to download Telegram in your mobile phone and go to this link where you will be able to see this group, right? Do join this group. On this group, we make sure to provide you daily current affairs, link of the daily current affairs videos, link of shorts, link of all weekly and monthly videos. Then apart from this, we make sure you to provide the quiz here, daily quiz, right? Apart from this, we make sure to provide you with the term of the day also. So this group is official of AffairsCloud, so do join this. This is related to your banking and finance. Next, which organization has received the guidelines for custodian banks to issue irrevocable payment commitments in light of T+1 settlement regime for stocks? Which is it? It is Reserve Bank of India. RBI has recently revised the capital market exposure norms for T+1 settlement, right? And they have revised the guidelines for these custodian banks to issue IPCs. That is your irrevocable payment commitments in the light of T+1 settlement regime for stocks. The maximum intraday risk for the custodian banks issuing the IPC will be considered under the capital market exposure at 30% of the settlement amount. And RBI, they have lifted the restrictions on the Bajaj Finance Limited's Insta EMI card and their e-commerce platform, that is eCom. Correct. Let me show you here that RBI, they have revised the guidelines for the custodian banks to issue irrevocable payment commitments in light of T+1 settlement regime for stocks. And here the important points that you need to remember here is that the 30% limit is based on the assumption of the 20% downward price movement of the equities on T+1 settlement, and with additional of 10% margin for the further downward movement. So 20 plus 10, it becomes 30% limit is based on this assumption. Previously, the risk mitigation measures were based on T+2 rolling settlement for the equities, right? And now we have seen that from T+1, we have also shifted to T+0 settlement cycle also. And it is on the beta version for this was launched. That is, it is going on a test phase for not for all the stocks and equity market, but for limited ones, right? Coming back, RBI, they have revised the capital market exposure norms for T+1 settlement. Apart from this, if we talk about SEBI, right, in March, to be exact on 15th of March, SEBI expanded the framework of qualified stockbrokers. They have recently expanded the framework. That means they have made a new framework for the qualified stockbrokers so that more stockbrokers can be there and they can protect the interest of the investors, right? So that the final aim here is to protect the interest of the investors, to protect those investors that they are being guided properly, and all those quality stock brokers there are in the market, they are guiding and they are the genuine ones, right? For those, a framework was launched by SEBI. Then if we talk about IRDAI, remember Narayana Health, they have received the IRDAI approval to launch health insurance business. Correct. And IRDAI, they have also allowed the healthcare providers to diversify their businesses into health insurance businesses. So coming back, recently Narayana Health, they have received the IRDAI approval to launch health insurance business. Then if we talk about PFRDA, they have made changes to the PFRDA retirement regulations of 2016 with effect from 20 Feb 2024. 2024. And further, if you want to read about this news, you can go to the current affairs for the 1st March of 2024, right? Apart from this, friends, remember, there is one more news that you need to remember, that RBI has lifted the curb on the Bajaj Finance lending products, e-com and Insta EMI card. I repeat, RBI, they have lifted the restrictions on the Bajaj Finance Limited's Insta EMI and e-commerce platform. Correct? In November, RBI, in exercise of their power, they had directed the Bajaj Finance to stop the sanction and disbursal of loans under its two lending products, e-com and Insta EMI card. Apart from this, there are some recent related news. RBI, they have issued the master directions of RBI Asset Reconstruction Company's direction of 2024, under which the minimum capital requirement for ARCs has been increased from 100 crore rupees to 300 crore rupees. Next is RBI, they have issued the guidelines on the import of gold by tariff rate quota holders under the India UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, that is India UAE CEPA, as notified by IFSCA. Moving on, next is, which regulatory body has introduced framework for administration and supervision of research analysts and investment advisors? Tell me. So, which regulatory body has introduced a framework for administration and supervision of research analysts and investment advisors? It will be SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. They have introduced a framework for administration and supervision of the research analyst and investment advisors. Correct? And as stock exchange, they will be recognized as Research Analyst Administration and Supervisory Board, that is RAASB. And your investment advisor administration supervisory body, that is IAASB. Let me show you, it will become more clear, that SEBI, they have introduced a framework. That means, framework means they have set up a system where for the administration and supervision of research analyst and investment advisors, as a stock exchange will be recognized as now RAASB and IAASB. Correct? And this is for administration and supervision of research analyst and investment advisors respectively. Correct? So a proper framework for them has been set up. What kind of analysis will be done by them, what kind of data will be analyzed by them, and everything, a proper framework was laid down by SEBI, and they will be recognized as research analyst, will be their stock exchange, as stock exchange will be recognized as this framework. This framework will allow the stock exchanges to undertake the activities of administration and supervision. This will come into effect from 25th of July 2024. Let me show you here. If we look at some of the key points, stock exchanges are recognized as RAASB and IASB under the regulation 14, correct, of the RA regulation and IA regulation. And for efficiency and economies of scale, these two must be the same stock exchange. And for this, the requirements are operational for at least 15 years, net worth at least 200 crore rupees, and nationwide terminals and investors since the center in 20 cities. Right, this will provide grievance redressal mechanism, that is their problems will be solved here, including online dispute resolution also. Right, if we talk about SEBI, who is the chairperson? Madhabi Puri Burke, headquartered in Mumbai, Maharashtra, established in 1992. If we talk about IRDAI, right, if we further talk about IRDAI, remember, IRDAI, they have removed the requirement of case-to-case approval for the IDF NBFCs. What is this? IDF NBFCs, it is your investment in infrastructure, debt funds and non-banking financial companies. I repeat, IRDAI, they have removed the requirements of case-to-case approval for the investment in this IDF NBFCs by insurance companies. The aim here is to encourage the investment in the infrastructure sector and enhance the ease of doing business. Then if we talk about SIDBI, they signed an MOU with Pharmaceuticals and Medical Device Bureau of India, that is PMBI. The aim here is to enhance, expand and modernize the Jan Aushadhi Kendras network across India. Also, under this partnership between SIDBI and PMBI, a projected loan of 2 lakh rupees will be extended to the small Jan Aushadhi Kendras, right? Small entrepreneurs or these small Jan Aushadhi Kendras. So 2 lakh rupees loan will be granted to them. If we talk about RBI, Reserve Bank of India, they have finalized the omnibus framework for the recognizing self-regulatory organizations for regulated entities of RBI. I repeat, RBI, they have recently finalized the omnibus framework for recognizing the self-regulatory organizations for regulated entities of the RBI. This new omnibus framework, this will provide and set general standards such as responsibilities, their eligibility, governance and application procedures for all the recognized self-regulatory organizations by RBI. Correct? Then if we talk about SEBI, we just saw Madhabi Puribak is the chairperson, headquartered Mumbai, Maharashtra, and it was established in 1992. Correct? So here you can see, if you are now a research analyst, now you will be working with the research analyst administration and supervisory body, and if you are an investment advisor and investment analyst, you will be working with this IAASB body. Correct? An important thing, remember, these will come into effect from 25th of July 2024. Next is, which organization has agreed to the replenishment of $5 billion of Asian Development Fund 14 and Technical Assistance Special Fund 18. So ADF 14 and Technical Assistance Special Fund 8. Correct? So which organization has agreed for the replenishment of this $5 billion of Asian Development Fund 14? As the name suggests, it is your Asian Development Bank. Correct? Asian Development Bank and donors, they have agreed for the replenishment of $5 billion Asian Development Fund 14 and Technical Assistance Special Fund 8. This decision for the replenishment of this $5 billion for this fund was made during the 57th annual meeting that was held in Georgia, USA. Correct? And remember, for this ADF 14, this will be the 13th replenishment of this ADF fund, and this will support the grant operations during 2025 to 2028. Correct? And this TASF, that is Technical Assistance Special Fund 8, this basically provides grant that helps in preparing projects, building capacities and provide technical or policy advice. Then this Asian Development Fund, it was established in 1974 and it has been the largest source of grants of Asian Development Bank since for the operations in the poorest and the most vulnerable developing member countries. And this fund is replenished after every 4 years. What is the main objective of these replenishment of these funds? This is to eradicate poverty and enhance the quality of the countries that are most vulnerable countries, that are the poor countries, underdeveloped countries in the Asia Pacific region. Right? Here you can see it is Asian Development Bank and their donors. They have agreed for the replenishment of this $5 billion of Asian Development Fund and Technical Assistance Special Fund. Remember, these both funds, they are basically helping the poor countries, the underdeveloped countries in the Asia Pacific region to provide them a better life. If we talk about this Asian Development Fund 14, right, this is about 22% higher than the $4.1 billion available in the Asian Development Fund 13, and this will provide the largest ever volume of Asian Development Fund grants eligible for this Asian Development Bank members. And around 51% of the replenishment, that is $2.5 billion, will be funded by the contributions from the donors that include 2 new member countries, Armenia and Georgia. Apart from this, as you can see, Asian Development Fund, this was established in 1974 and it is the largest source of grant of the Asian Development Bank for the operation in the poorest and most vulnerable developing countries, and it is replenished after every 4 years. And what is the main aim of this Asian Development Fund? It is to eradicate poverty and enhance the quality of life. And here you can see that Asian Development Fund 13 was worth $4.1 billion, and now the Asian Development Fund 14 will be $5 billion. Correct? And it is available for, it is valid for 4 years. That is why I told you that it will be helping in the development for which year to which year, that is from 2025 to 2028. Right? This amount, this $5 billion will be utilized during this period for the development in the poor and the underdeveloped countries of the Asia Pacific region. Then there are a total donors of, remember, if question can be asked in this way also, right? Is India a donor of this in this ADF 14? So yes, India is a donor in this Asian Development Fund 14. Then if we talk about World Bank has issued the bonds in three currencies to finance social projects, right? In three currencies. Then if we talk about this only Asian Development Bank, these three currencies, which are these three currencies? That is your Australian dollar, and this is for 2 billion Australian dollars were provided here. Second, remember, it will be 7 year, this will be a 5-year bond. Remember, this will be a 5-year bond for this Australian dollar for $2 billion. Then there will be a 7-year bond of 5 billion USD, that is your main dollar that we are talking about, US dollar. And third will be your Canadian dollar. This will be a 5-year bond for Canadian dollar, correct? And World Bank, they have issued bonds in these three currencies, that is Australian dollar, US dollar, and your Canadian dollar. Then if we talk about IMF, International Monetary Fund, they release the report that is World Economic Outlook. This question can be also asked, that World Economic Outlook is released by which organization? So it is International Monetary Fund, headquartered in Washington DC, right? And here they stated that India's GDP will be growing by 6.8% in FY25. Earlier they projected it to grow by 6.5%, but they have raised the GDP growth rate by 30 basis points, and now they are projecting that in FY25 India will be growing by 6.8%, and for fiscal year 26 they projected that India will be growing by 6.5%. Then if we talk about UNDP, United Nations Development Program, right, they have recently partnered with small islands digital states, correct, and they will be helping to digitize those areas. I repeat, United Nations Development Program, they partnered with the small island digital states, and they will be helping in the digitization of those areas. Moving on, this was an important question. Apart from this, friends, we are at 3,88,000 subscribers. Let's take this number to 4 lakh very soon, right? This is the target for us right now, that we want to achieve 4 lakh subscribers. We are just short of almost 11 or 12,000 subscribers. All those students who are watching our video on daily basis and has not subscribed to us, a kindly reminder and a suggestion for all those students to do subscribe to us, as we make sure to provide you the best content on YouTube, and we make sure to help you in all the way to achieve your dream of becoming a government service officer. This question is related to your appointments and resignation. Next is RBI, they have approved the appointment of whom as a part-time chairman of HDFC Bank. So Atanu Chakrabarti, correct, Atanu Chakrabarti has been reappointed as the part-time chairman and independent director of HDFC Bank. Take a note of this. He will be in this position for next 3 years, that will be starting from 5th of May 24, and he will be in this position till 4th May 2027. Atanu Chakrabarti, correct, and he has been serving as the part-time chairman and independent director of HDFC Bank since 2021. If we talk about Atanu Chakrabarti, here you can see he's a 1985 batch IAS officer of Gujarat cadre. Then he also served as the secretary of the Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. Then he also served on the board of the World Bank, and he has also served as the chief executive officer and managing director of Gujarat State Petroleum Corporation Limited. If we talk about HDFC, Bank Limited, who is the MD and CEO? Shashidhar Jagdishan. Headquartered is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It was incorporated in 1994. And what is the tagline here? We understand your world. We understand your world. Right? This is the tagline here of HDFC Bank. Coming back, if we talk about Harun Rashid Khan, that is HR Khan, correct? So Harun Rashid Khan, if we talk about him, he was the former deputy governor of RBI, and he was appointed as the part-time chairman of AU Small Finance Bank. Then S. Ravindran, remember RBI approved S. Ravindran as the part-time chairman of Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank. If we talk about Anil Kumar Lahoti, ACC has approved the appointment of former Railway Board Chairman and CEO Anil Kumar Lahoti as the 9th chairman of TRAI, that is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, and he will be in this position for the next 3 years. Moving on. Next, Next is, which bank has appointed Sanjeev Nautiyal as their next managing director and chief executive officer? So, Sanjeev Nautiyal has been appointed as the next MD and CEO of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. Right? For AU Small Finance Bank, I have given you the homework, so wait till the end. Right? It is a good thing, an interesting thing, and a good initiative for all the students watching this video. Coming back, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, right? So, Sanjeev Nautiyal has been appointed as MD and CEO of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. He will be in this position for the next 3 years, that will be starting from 1st of July 24. Before this, he will join the bank before taking charge as the MD and CEO, and will be designated as the president in term. Right? Apart from this, he has 3 decades of experience in the banking service. Here you can see Sanjeev Nautiyal, right? He has more than 3 decades of experience in banking service. Earlier to this, he served as the Deputy Managing Director of the State Bank of India and MD and CEO of SBI Life Insurance. He is currently the Independent Director of the LIC and an advisor in various organizations, right? Then next question can be asked is that he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Itira Davis, right? And he has been in this position since January 14, 2023, correct? And Itira Davis is set to be released from his original term expiry, correct? If we talk about Ujjivan Small Finance Bank, who is the head? Where is the headquarter? It is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Where was it established? In 2017. When was it established? 2017. And what is the tagline here? That build a better life. Coming back, if we talk about small SBM Bank, right? If we talk about SBM Bank, so remember Ashish Vijayakar has been appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of SBM Bank Limited, and he will be in this position for 3 years, right? Okay, for AU Small Finance Bank also, let me give you the information that AU Small Finance Bank, they have introduced a financial product that will aim at customer satisfaction, and they have also introduced 2 new credit cards. They are your AU Spont Rupee credit card and your Secure credit card Nomo. Spont and Nomo, these are the new credit cards launched by AU Small Finance Bank, and they have also launched AU Small Finance Bank AU 0101 business application and AU 0101 version 2.0 also for this business application, correct? Then if we talk about Jana Small Finance Bank, remember RBI has approved the reappointment of Ajay Kanwal as the MD and CEO of Jana Small Finance Bank, and he will be in this position for 3 years. Moving on. Next is, who has been appointed as the chairperson of the Special Olympics Asia Pacific Advisory Council? So who has been appointed here? So Malika Nadda ji, right? Malika Nadda ji has been appointed as the chairperson of the Special Olympics Asia Pacific Advisory Panel. Correct? Remember, she is the president of Special Olympics India, and she has been appointed as the chairperson here of the Special Olympic Asia Pacific Advisory Panel. She will be in this position for 3 years, and it will be starting from 1st of May 24 till 31st of March 27. As the chairperson, she will represent the entire Special Olympic Asia Pacific region that includes 34 nations. Also, she will be the Special Olympic Bharat representative on the Asia Pacific Council, right? Then she has been serving as the Special Olympics. She has been serving as the Special Olympic Bharat president since 2021, and she is associated also with the Himachal Pradesh University in Shimla. She is a social activist and has worked extensively for the cause of disabled person and underprivileged women empowerment for the past 30 years. Also, Malika Nadda is the person who organized the first ever National Health Festival for Divyangan that was held on 7th of April in 2022. Right, this day, that is National Health Festival for Divyangan, was held on 7th of April. And what do we observe on 7th of April? It is observed as World Health Day. Correct? Then if we talk about Shiny Wilson, Remember, Shiny Wilson has been nominated as the member of the Athletic Commission of Asian Athletics. Then if we talk about Narsingh Yadav, remember former wrestler Narsingh Yadav has been elected as the chairman of Wrestling Federation of India's 7-member athletes panel. And Mary Kom, she has been appointed as the chef de mission of the Indian contingent of the 2024 Paris Olympic Games, and where they will be held in France, Paris, France. Who will be the flag bearer for this Paris Olympic Games 2024? Sharath Kamal. Sharath Kamal will be the Indian flag bearer here. Moving on, here you can see Malika Nadda ji in the picture. Apart from this, Dr. Malika Nadda was honored with Rajiv Gandhi Manav Seva Award in 2010 by Ministry of Women and Child Development. Then she was also honored with Derozio Award in 2011 in the field of education and human enrichment. Right? Apart from this, remember Deepak Natali is the regional president and managing director of Special Olympics of Asia Pacific region. Right? Take a note of this. Moving on, who took charge as the chairman and managing director of NSIC under Ministry of MSME? So, who took charge as the chairman and managing director of NSIC under Ministry of MSME? So, Dr. Shubhranshu Shekhar Acharya. Right? He has assumed the charge as the chairman cum managing director of the National Small Industries Corporation, that is NSIC, that comes under the Ministry of MSME. This NSIC, it is a Mini Ratna Category 2 company that comes under the Government of India under Ministry of MSME. He will succeed whom? Dr. Shubhranshu Shekhar Acharya will be succeeding Vipul Goyal. He will be succeeding Vipul Goyal. Right? Prior to this appointment, Shubhranshu Shekhar Acharya, he was serving as the Chief General Manager of SIDBI since 2022. He has more than 3 decades of experience in various MSME financing. He was also the founding member of SME RA Ratings Private Limited, that is the first SME rating agency. He has also served as the Chief Executive Officer of India SME Technology Service Limited. And if we talk about NSIC, right, this National Small Industries Corporation, who is the chairman and managing director now? Dr. Shubhranshu Shekhar Acharya. It was established in 1955 and headquartered is in New Delhi. Then if we talk about Rajendra Prasad Goyal, remember on 6th of March, Rajendra Prasad Goyal, or we can say for further, if you want to know about Rajendra Prasad, you can go to 6th March current affair to read that in detail. To give you a gist, Rajendra Prasad Goyal assumed the additional charge of the chairman and managing director of NHPC. NHPC Limited, it is an Indian public sector company that comes under the Ministry of Power. Then if we talk about Ravindra Kumar Tyagi, Ravindra Kumar Tyagi has been appointed as chairman and managing director of Power Grid. Right, that comes under the Ministry of Power, and this news is for 8th of Jan. Then if we talk about P. Santosh, he is the Chief General Manager of Canara Bank and has been appointed as MD and CEO of NARCL. He has been appointed as Chairman and Managing Director on deputation of National Asset Reconstruction of India Limited, and this will be with effect from 5th of Jan 2024. Here you can see Dr. Shubhranshu Shekhar Acharya, and he will be replacing whom? He will be succeeding Vipul Goyal. Correct? You can say Vipul Goyal. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Vice Chief of Naval Staff? So remember, recently who has been appointed as the Vice Chief of Naval Staff? So Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan. Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan has assumed the charge as the Vice Chief of Naval Staff. Prior to this, he was serving at the position of the Chief of Personnel at the Naval Headquarters in New Delhi. He will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi. Correct? Who assumed the charge as the Chief of Naval Staff. Right, and now he will be succeeding Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi to be the new Vice Chief of Naval Staff, that is Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan. Take a note of this. Then if we further talk about Krishna Swaminathan, remember he was commissioned into Indian Navy on 1st of July 1987. Then he was appointed. He was a recipient of Ati Vashisht Seva Medal in 2021. Then he also received Vashisht Seva Medal also. Then he also served as the Chief of Staff of the Western Naval Command and the Controller of the Personal Services at the National Headquarters. Then he was appointed as the flag officer commanding the Western Fleet. He was also appointed the flag officer of Offshore Defense Advisory Group. Then further, if we talk about Dinesh K. Tripathi, if we talk about him, Dinesh K. Tripathi, that is Vice Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi, has been now appointed as the 26th Chief of Naval Staff, correct? And he will succeed whom? He will be succeeding the 25th Chief of Naval Staff, that was Radhakrishan Hari Kumar, that is Admiral R. Hari Kumar, correct? Take a note of this. Then if we talk about Brajesh Mehrotra, Government of Bihar has appointed Brajesh Mehrotra, a 1989 batch IAS officer, as the Chief Secretary of Bihar with effect from 4th of March 2024. And further, if you want to read about this news, you can go through the 8 March current affairs. And if you want to read about the Dinesh K. Tripathi and R. Harish Kumar, that was the 25th Chief of Naval Staff, and Dinesh Kumar Tripathi, who is the 26th Chief of Naval Staff. If you want to read about them, you can refer the news for 22nd April 2024. Right? Take a note of this. Further, next is, which organization has launched a candle wax powered rocket on a test flight into space from launch site in South Australia? So, which organization it is? It is High Impulse, right? This is a German company, and they have recently successfully tested the launch of a candle wax powered rocket, and this candle wax powered rocket is SR-75. This was launched from Koniba in South Australia, and it is for the first time that a rocket carrying commercial satellite on a test suborbital flight into space, right? It was a test also, and similarly commercial satellite was also carried into space using this test flight, correct? It was done by German organization, that is German pride space company, that is High Impulse, correct? If we further talk about this rocket, here you can see this test rocket is 12 meter in length. It weighs 2.5 tons. The rocket has a carrying capacity of 250 kg, and it can go into a altitude height, that means it can travel up to 250 kilometers. This is fueled by candle wax. Candle wax, this is your paraffin wax, right? Candle wax along with liquid O2. O2 is your oxygen. If we say O3, O3 is ozone, correct? Coming back, so this High Impulse company, they expanded the demand for the commercial satellites, and they have achieved the annual sales of 700 million euros by 2032. Their target is to achieve 700 million euros of sales by 2032, correct? So coming back, it is High Impulse of Germany, correct? That organization that has launched this candle wax powered rocket. It was a test flight also, and they carried commercial satellites into space from South Australia. Further, if we talk about Rocket Lab, right? Rocket Lab, this is of United States of America, right? And recently they have launched the NASA's Advanced Composite Solar Sail System, that is ACS-3. ACS-3 is your Advanced Composite Solar Sail System, correct? And apart from this, they also launched NeonSat. This NeonSat one is of South Korea, right? This NeonSat one was of South Korea, and this is basically the beginning of a swarm mission that was launched by Rocket Lab. This was launched from New Zealand, and this NeonSat one is a mission, or is a satellite that was launched under the mission of the beginning of the swarm of South Korea. So Rocket Lab, they have launched two things. One is ACSS, that is of NASA, that is Advanced Composite Solar Sail System, and NeonSat of South Korea. Then if we talk about NASA, remember Sweden, they have officially become the 38th nation to join the NASA's Artemis Accord. Artemis Accord. And this Artemis Accord, what is this accord? Basically, this is a treaty between the organization that they, or between the countries, that they can use the space in a peaceful manner, right? I repeat, this Artemis Accord, this is a treaty under which the countries can use the space in a peaceful manner. 37th country was Switzerland, and 38th is your Sweden. Then if we talk about Roscosmos, this is the space agency of Russia, and they have successfully launched the Angara A5. Angara A5 space rocket, right? And this will replace the Proton M heavy lift rocket of Russia. Next is, when was International Firefighters Day observed across the globe? It is on 4th of May we observe this day. For the first time it was observed in 1999. Right? This International Firefighters Day was initiated to honor the loss of 5 firefighters who lost their life in a wildfire that took place in Australia in 1998. Correct? And then if we talk about April 14, this day is observed as National Fire Service Day. This day is observed to honor the 66 firefighters who lost their life because of an explosion that took place in Mumbai dockyard in 1944. Then March 22, this day is observed as World Water Day, and it is for the theme Water for Peace or Leveraging Water for Peace. Then September 18, this day is observed as World Water Monitoring Day. Correct? Take a note of this. Next is International Leopard Day. This day is annually observed across the globe on dash. So International Leopard Day is observed on 3rd May, and it is to raise awareness about the conservation and the protection of leopards. Right? Take a note of this. Leopards, remember, they are listed as vulnerable in the IUCN's red list. What is this red list? Red list is basically the list that is a collection of all those species that are threatened species, right? And this list is released by IUCN, that is International Union for the Conservation of Nature. And leopard here has been listed as vulnerable in this IUCN's red list. Right? Take a note of this. And this day is observed on 3rd May. Leopard, remember, leopard's scientific name is Panthera pardus. Panthera pardus. Right? Take a note of this. Then coming forward, April 27, what do we observe this day? This day is observed as World Veterinary Day. For 17th of Feb, observed as World Pangolin Day. And 10th of Feb, observed as UN International Day of the Arabian Leopard. So friends, these are the important current affairs for the day. Now let's move to some one-liner revision. Flying Wedge Defense and Aerospace unveiled the FWD-200B, that is India's first indigenous bomber UAV. F-Ship Logistics partnered with India Post for last mile e-commerce delivery service. CDSC developed thermal camera transfer to CP Plus, and MEITY, they have launched ITS booklet. IFCO, they have received the FCO approval for nano zinc liquid and nano copper liquid fertilizers. RBI, they have revised the bank's capital market exposure norms for T+1 settlement. SEBI has introduced a framework for stock exchanges to supervise the the research analysts and your investment analysts. Asian Development Bank agreed to replenish $5 billion for ADF 14 and TSAF 8. These are the bonds. Correct? And Atanu Chakraborty has been reappointed as the part-time chairman and independent director of HDFC Bank. Then RBI has approved the appointment of Sanjeev Nautiyal as the next managing director and chief executive officer of Ujjivan Small Finance Bank. Next, Malika Nadda has been appointed as the chairperson of Special Olympics Asia Pacific Advisory Council. Dr. Shubhranshu Shekhar Acharya has assumed the charge as the chairman and managing director of NSIC. Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan assumed the charge as the vice chief of naval staff. German company High Impulse has launched a candle wax that will be powered using candle wax, that is paraffin wax and liquid oxygen, right? And this was a test, also a commercial satellite launch, correct, that took place into space. Then International Firefighters Day observed on 4th of May and International Labour's Day on 3rd of May. So friends, these are your important current affairs for the day. Now let's move to some revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. Who has recently won 2023 Wildlife Photographer of the Year 59 People's Choice Award by the Natural History Museum, London, UK? So Neema Sarikhani. Correct? She is of UK and she has won the 2023 Wildlife Photographer of the Year 59 People's Choice Award by National History Museum in London, UK. And for which photograph? So the name of the pic was Sleeping Polar Bear. Sleeping Polar Bear. Correct? Moving on. Dash was appointed as the Secretary of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, while Sanjay Jaju was appointed as the new Secretary of Dash Ministry. So, Apurva Chandra, MIB, correct? And I repeat, Apurva Chandra was appointed as the Secretary of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, while Sanjay Jaju was appointed as the new Secretary of MIB, that is Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Next, Olgiz Bekhanatov became the youngest Prime Minister of Dash country. He became the youngest Prime Minister of Kazakhstan. Take a note of it. Right? He is 43 years of age and he became the youngest Prime Minister in the Kazakhstan's history. Next, who has been the first civil servant to be appointed as the brand ambassador for Fit India movement in Feb 2024? Narendra Kumar Yadav. Correct. He has been the first civil servant to be appointed as the brand ambassador for the Fit India movement in Feb 2024. Next, in Feb, Mir Mohammad Farooq Nazki, a prominent broadcaster, poet and Sahitya Academy awardee, passed away. In which year did he win Sahitya Academy Award in Kashmiri language for his poetry book Nar Hatun Kazal Vanas, that is Fire in the Eyelashes? So, in which year did he won it? He won this in 1995. That is your Sahitya Academy Award in Kashmiri language for his poetry book Fire in the Eyelashes, and he recently passed away. Next, which country's former president Sebastian Pinera passed away in Feb 2024? So, Sebastian Pinera, he was from Chile and he has recently passed away. And he served as the president of Chile from 2010 till 2014. Next, in Feb, Dash became the first Indian state to pass Bill on Uniform Civil Code UCC. Which is the article related to UCC? It is Article 44. And Uttarakhand became the first state in India to pass Bill on Uniform Civil Code. Right? Take a note of this. Next, what is India's rank in the Logistic Performance Index report released by World Bank? So this Logistic Performance Index, it is released by World Bank. Question asked is, what is the rank of India in this Logistic Performance Index? So Indian rank is 38 and this is out of 139 countries, correct? And India rank improved by almost 6 places. Earlier in 2018, India's rank was 44 and now India's rank is 38 in the Logistic Performance Index out of 139 countries in terms of, and released by World Bank. Next, Lieutenant General Dash became the first woman to be appointed as the Commandant of Army Medical Corps Center and Colleges in Lucknow, UP. So, Lieutenant General Kavita Sahai, correct? She became the first woman to be appointed as the Commandant of Army Medical Corps Center and College in Lucknow, UP. And also remember, Lieutenant General Sahai is an alumnus of the Armed Force Medical College in Pune and was commissioned in the Indian Army Medical Corps in 1986. Next, name the portal that has been recently launched by Union Minister Arjun Munda of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare for insurance products including Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So, Sarthi portal, not Sarathi, Sarthi portal, correct? This is the portal that is sandbox for agriculture and rural security technology and insurance. I repeat, what is the full form? Sandbox for agriculture and rural security technology and insurance. Sarthi portal, correct? This will offer a wide range of insurance product, right? That will include your Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Question asked is, what is that portal? It is Sarthi portal, correct? Apart from this, this was launched by whom? It was launched by Arjun Munda. Next thing, remember, he also launched Krishi Rakshak portal. Apart from this portal, a helpline number 1447 was also launched, and it is to enable farmers in India to file their grievances. Grievances are the problems they are facing. Next, which state government recently signed an MOU with Google for AI-led solutions across sectors? So, which is the state government? It is Maharashtra, right? Maharashtra government has recently launched or signed an MOU with Google, and it is to basically launch AI-led solutions across sector. What is the name of AI? It is Gemini of Google. Earlier Bard was launched, but it was renamed to Gemini. Correct? Then apart from this, remember Google also partnered with IIIT Nagpur here to provide this AI facilities in Maharashtra. Next, name the personality who has recently conferred with the Lifetime Achievement Award with the gold medal by Sports Journalist Federation of India. So PT Usha, correct? Remember, and she is the president of Indian Olympic Association, and now she has been honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award with gold medal by Sports Journalist Federation of India. Correct, this was an event that was held at National Sports Club of India. This National Sports Club of India is in New Delhi, right? And PT Usha, who is the president of Indian Olympic Association, was honored with this gold medal. Next, who has recently elected as the president of International Court of Justice for 3 years? So who has been elected here? Nawab Salam, correct? He is of Lebanon and he has been appointed as the president of the International Court of Justice for 3 years. Take a note. He will succeed whom? He will be succeeding Judge Joanne E. Donoghue, correct, of USA, to be the new president of International Court of Justice from 2021 to 2024. Next is our homework section. First, also friends, I have told you these 3 important questions that I will be giving you on daily basis. They are important, and we have started a new initiative where we will be giving 1 year's free membership, 1 year's free subscription to one student on daily basis who gives the most important answer of these questions that I will be asking now, right? Every day one student will be selected here who will be granted with the membership for 1 whole year. And here you can see the first is give me 3 important points that are related to small finance bank from the past 4 months. 3 important points. Next, give me 3 important points related to the Asian Development Bank from the past 4 months. Second, and third is your 3 important points from SEBI guidelines for the past 4 months. So 3 important SEBI guidelines for the past 4 months you need to comment below, and our team will be selecting the best answer here, and one student here will be granted with free membership for the whole year. So that's all for the day, friends. Do comment below and let us know the answers. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. Also students, you can use code Vikas10 that will give you extra 10% discount on the courses that you will purchase.